I'm going to give you some definitions that go along with the First Amendment of the United States from the book that's called the Know Your Bill of Rights book. Don't lose your constitutional rights, learn them. This was written by Sean Patrick. You can see the front of the book right here. Keywords of the First Amendment: establishment, recognition of the church by law as an official church of a nation or state and supported by civil authority. Religion, a set of beliefs concerning a cause, nature, and purpose of the universe, especially when considered as a creation of a superhuman entity or entities, usually involving systems of procedures and actions, often containing agreements as to what is right and wrong in conduct. Exercise, to put something into action or use. Abridge, to reduce or lessen in duration, extent, or range, authority, etc., to diminish. Speech, any declaration of thought, whether by words or other means. Citizenship, the suppression of all or part of something considered offensive or unacceptable. Freedom of press, the right to publish and distribute broadly information, thoughts, and opinions without restraint or censorship. Petition, to ask some favor, right, or other benefit from a person or a group of persons in authority over power by submitting a formal written request, often containing the names of people making the request. Redress, setting right of what is wrong, often by giving something considered equal to the loss, injury, suffering, lack, etc. Grievance, wrong considered as valid reason for complaint or something believed to cause pain, worry, sorrow, etc. The Bill of Rights, the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, of the press, or right of the people peaceably to assemble to petition the government for redress of grievances. I will stop there for a moment and give you my opinion. The truth is, our redress that we're asking for is oftentimes being censored now by other people's opinions, and our right to speak freely is being hindered by the media. This is against the U.S. Constitution. Even if I'm wrong, I still have a right to express my opinion. I may not be right about everything, but neither are you. All sides need to be heard before a person makes a decision for themselves, because what is good for you may not be good for me. I know people that if they eat seafood, they're going to die. I can eat seafood. I don't have a problem with that. But if I gave my husband broccoli, he would die, or he would actually go to the hospital and nearly die because he's allergic to it. there are things that I can do that you cannot do. And there are things that you can do that I cannot do. But I have the right over my own body to make decisions for myself as a free American. That's why my forefathers came here, is to have free choice and not to be forced into something that is said to be good that may not be. That means wearing a mask that may make it impossible to breathe. Or taking a shot that could give me blood clots and kill me. I have the right to say no. I am not going to do that. I'm an American. I've been here. I was born here in 1956, and I haven't had to wear a mask my whole life until this year. And do I want to wear a mask? Do I think it's safer if I wear a mask? No, I don't. And as an American, I should have a right to say, no, I am not wearing a mask. I'm a free American. We have a right to object. We have a right to speak out and say, I am not doing that. And it should not affect my ability to travel in the United States either. The people who put this in play want to jeopardize the freedoms in America. And they're doing a really good job of what they want to do. But this has to stop now, because it's going to be the mark of the beast next. This is conditioning the market for the mark of the beast. And you know what that is? That is to take a mark in your forehead or your hand. It's a chip that goes in you. That it's the same as a slave's collar to be able to buy or sell or get a job. And they're going to make it connected to medical. If you don't have it, you can't fly. If you don't have it, you can't drive. If you don't have it, you can't have a job. If you don't have it, you cannot sell. If you don't have it, you cannot buy. And that is the mark of the beast that's written about in the Bible. And if you're a believer in Jesus, and that's free right of religion to believe this, then you will not be able to say yes to that. What are you going to do then? Because if you don't object now, you're going to have a problem whenever it comes to the mark. People during that day are not going to survive because they'll have to say no, and they'll be killed. You won't have a right to say no. Now you have a right to object. So I'm asking you today to object to this and maintain your right to say no. That is not right to violate our rights here in America. This is all I have to say today.